guys know Team Fortress 2? It's not a game that you would call scary, per se, but apparently that isn't the case for everyone. See, there's a series on YouTube about a case of TF2 Anomalies. This player has uploaded videos showing off the weird and creepy happenings within their game, how there is something or someone messing with their TF2. Before I begin, the series is by KiegKillsReality, an amazing SFM animator, and you should check them out if you haven't seen their animations already. I will link his first video in the series in the description if you want to check them out for yourself, but I got intrigued by this series of theirs and I wanted to talk about it. The first video is called 2fort_anomaly.mp4, and the description is as follows. I was playing some 2fort the other day and saw that. I don't know if this is a glitch or something from the recent big update, but it scared me. Today, I decided to upload it here to see if anyone has encountered something similar. The video starts off with a normal match of TF2, where the player is playing as a scout on 2fort. They find all the players huddled around dancing before leaving the room. He comes back to the room right after to find that everyone has disappeared and finds a blue sniper is dead. Then continues looking around and sees the red sniper in the distance walking. He follows him until he reaches the intelligence room where the sniper is just looking away and standing there with no weapon in hand. When the scout goes for a closer look, this happens.
Feel the burn now. Y'all ain't ready for this.
So, I wanted to note some things. First is that the sniper's eyes are pure white, and he's standing there like a character model would be if they weren't animated in any way. On top of that, when the sniper pops up closer, they're surrounded by a cloud of smoke. And when the scout turns around again, and when he slows down the footage, the sniper hands actually are moving this time. There's also the bizarre high-pitched noises and the green distorted light that was reflecting off of everything. And if you thought that was already a lot for this 1 minute and 2 second video, there was something else in the video that I failed to notice until I looked in the comments. When the video first starts, and the player walks in the room, we see all the other players dancing except one, the blue sniper, the one that was found dead earlier. Then, at the end, we see the blue sniper again, alive, this time after being found dead walking into the room and looking around confused, as if it's possible that the player just went through the same thing we just experienced. So, what do we know? Well, not much. Mainly speculation. But there is some type of entity in this player's TF2, and possibly others. Let's move on to the next video in the series. This one is called Doublecross_anomaly.mp4. I won't read the description until after the actual video portion, but this second video is insane. The description of this one goes, I was playing some Doublecross when it happened again. The engineer that I had friended noticed it too. I thought I was the only one seeing it. Not sure why the map auto-loaded like that or why there was a load trigger in a live game. The audio skips at the end because my computer crashed and blue screen at the end of the recording. Sorry. I'm scared to join another match and I haven't played since. Please post if you have experienced this at all recently. I need a fix. I've checked the forums to see if anyone's experienced this and haven't found anything. I still think it's a bug with the most recent major update. I'll log in a few once I get over my fear. So with this video, we see the scout now on Doublecross. And when first exiting the room, we see the blue sniper. And when they hop down the stairs, we see the blue sniper walk down the stairs and stare at us. The player goes outside, and when messing around with the engineer buddy, they both notice the red sniper walking into the sewers. So a thing to note is that from the description and from the video, we see that multiple people can see this anomaly. The scout goes into the tunnels, and when slowed down, the player can see this time a red heavy with white glowing eyes. And when the player turns around briefly afterwards, we see that his engineer friend is dead. And of course, after looking around for a little, when the player goes back outside, the sniper with the white glowing eyes appears in front of him, with a giant white light behind him and that same smoke. It chases him until he comes upon the red heavy from before, flaying his arms around and chasing the player. The player turns around to see a giant white door, kind of similar to the one in Gmod, and then they hop in. This time, they are back at 2 Fort, and when looking around, they hear a scream. Then find the blue sniper dead again. And a sock, I think? We see the red sniper again walking down the hall, and the player goes down to the intelligence room and gets a glimpse of the sniper again. Before that, we hear the sound of a melee equip, and the player starts to run before the sniper appears in front of him. I know I'm giving a lot of recap for some of these videos, but I feel like if you aren't watching them in 0.25 speed, you will miss some things, so I just want to give as much detail as I can. But what we can gather is this definitely is happening to more than one player, and it has sent him back to 2 Fort for some reason. Also, the blue sniper keeps dying, I guess. They hate him, I'm not sure. I think that what this second video has done has left me more confused than with answers, so it's probably best to move to part 3. The next video is called Dustbowl_anomaly.mp4. We see this time we are in this perspective of someone playing as the blue sniper, and it's normal TF2 gameplay until the player notices the red sniper we have seen before. The player continues on before the game lags a little bit, and then out of nowhere, everyone in the lobby becomes frozen. The sniper then spots the red sniper again before it emits a bright light and gets teleported to, you know it, 2 Fort. And then, when they are walking around, we find out something important. They see the player who is playing Scout and realize that this is actually the perspective of the blue sniper we have been seeing. So the sniper is ambushed by these 2 anomalies before being thrown into that white door, which we still don't know anything about. So we have 2 protagonists in this story so far, the player playing the blue sniper and the person playing the blue scout. Description of this video is as follows. Found this file on my desktop, might be from a Skype chat or somewhere. It looks like he has seen the same thing I've been seeing. I'm going to send him a friend request on Steam so we can talk. I am going to log in again tomorrow. I wanted to try something. This video is posted from the person playing the scout, but was possibly sent by the person playing the blue sniper. Part 4 is called Turbine_vent_sighting.mp4. This time we are seeing the perspective of the engineer, and what I assume is the one we saw from part 2. I'm just going to let this one play out first. So part 4 of this series seems to have more of the same things we had been seeing before. We see the blue sniper, and we see this red team's heavy chasing the engineer around. We also see a pyro disappear, and I'm wondering if that's another character in the series. Nothing too much to add with this one, but the description of this one states, Turbine Vent Anomaly Sighting TF2, 6/30/2011. So we know that it's possible that these videos are older, and from the description it looks like someone else has uploaded this one, being that it's so short in the description, and doesn't seem like the way the other person has been talking about the anomalies. Part 5 is not really a part 5, but it's an animation of an engineer running from a spy anomaly, which you haven't seen before, and this one distorts in a very bizarre way. That's pretty much it for this part, and I don't know if it's canon, so we can move on to the next part. Part 6 is called Soldier POV _TF2 anomaly.mp4. And this time, we are getting a completely different perspective than the other parts, being the soldier we saw briefly in part 2. This one is by far the creepiest with that shot of the engineer at the end. But with this one, we see that the soldier is dragged away in the first shot, but at the ending, we also see the soldier is being pulled away from the engineer anomaly and not by it. Possibly saved by one of the other players. Either that or I'm misunderstanding what's happening here. And the description for this one is TRU 56/2011. I'm not sure what TRU stands for, but if anyone can figure it out, let me know in the comments. But another thing to note is how this video takes place before the engineer video on 6/30/2011. So we know that these instances of anomaly sightings start around sometime in early May of 2011 and go on for at least 2 months, but we are not seeing what's happening in the linear timeline, so I'm not sure. Moving on to part 7. This one is called TF2 _anomaly _steal _found footage. And this one is an animation again, but seems to be part of the main story. With this one, we see the engineer followed around by a spy anomaly and stalked by it before at the end they are attacked and the camera is picked up by the sniper anomaly before the video ends. The description of this one is, he is alone. Alone. He does not know where everyone went. Something is following him. This one's description feels off, as if it could be posted by the anomaly itself. I don't know if I'm stretching it here, but this one is typed out unlike any of the other characters in this story. Part 8 is called Help, my TF2 game is haunted. This video follows what seems like a completely new character in this story. The person is playing engineer in a private lobby to practice before this happens.
Teleporter going up. Erecting a dispenser.
We see the red sniper again, walking past twice. The player looks around before stopping and leaving his computer to make a sandwich. And when he does, this happens. It seems like the entity is trying to say, turn off. I guess TF2? After this, the player spots a blue sniper instead, and this one could be the same blue sniper player we had seen before. And then he disappears into the white door. And then this happens. The player gets placed in an actual lobby, and we see the red sniper again before the player is kicked out of the game. One last thing to note is that the gameplay takes place on 5/6/2011 from the Windows computer screen, the same day as the Soldier's gameplay. The final part we see is that of another animation called Two Fort Doorway. This one shows the engineer entering the white door before ending up on Dustbowl. He turns his camera around to show himself, and we see a glimpse of the red sniper in the background. And in regards to this series playlist, this seems to be it. Well, maybe you have 2 more videos that might be part of the story, but I'm unsure if that's the case. The first one is called Unknown Player Encounter, in which we see the player looking around before noticing a blue sniper, and then the blue sniper disappears before he appears again, where they just stare at each other. Possibly again the blue sniper from the previous videos. The final video that I thought may be related to it is It Is Here, in which we see this. Whether those 2 parts have anything with the main videos is unknown to me. What we do have is an interesting mystery containing multiple players being tormented by these anomalies. Whether it's one or multiple is unknown to me. All we know currently is that there are multiple players who play Soldier, Sniper, Scout, and Engineer. I do think I can come up with a small theory in that the red engineer that we have is seen in multiple of the videos seems to be not dead, and that he could know what's going on, and that he's possibly saved the soldier from the blue engineer in that other part. We currently don't know if the rest of the players are alive or not, but we do know they all are experiencing the same type of anomalies. The main one across all these videos is the red sniper. Whether it's an alien or a ghost or something is unknown. I'm unsure what and how everything connects, or if this is an ARG of some sort. I mainly just wanted to talk about these videos because they are really well done and very unsettling. I believe this is an ongoing series, so if this series continues, I will be sure to talk about it. Thanks for watching, and go subscribe to KiegKillsReality, and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you guys could find.